Hello, my name is Andre Peters, and I'm going to be your MC for today's ceremonies. Today we are here to celebrate the accomplishments of the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award. A brief history about the person is she was born July 15th, 1953 to Charles and Rosetta Peters. She's the third born child out of 7 children. She had 2 sisters and 4 brothers, all of which grew up in a 4-bedroom house. She grew up in a financially poor family due to my grandparents' lack of education and pretty much a huge family setting, but they were rich in morals and values. She grew up on the south side of Chicago in one of the rougher areas in an area known as the Wentworth Garden Projects. She attended Abbott Elementary School and then moved on to Phillips High School and graduated there in 1971. All throughout her life, she maintained a spiritual base to which would lead her on to some of her greatest achievements. She started off at the age of 5 with her aunt Vanestine attending St. Mark Church of God in Christ. She then moved on to Progressive Baptist Church and then moved on to New Birth Stronghold Missionary Baptist Church. She was a member there from 1980 to 1995. There, she also served on the nursing board from 1982 to her departure in 1995. She moved on to bigger and better things and became a member of Prayer and Faith Outreach Ministries, which is also under the command of another relative of mine. And she was there for 2 years before she actually acquired her status as a deaconess of the church. She served in that capacity for 4 years. She then moved on to become an ordained minister, and not only does she preach the word, she lives the word. At a very young age, Pat Peters moved out and decided enough was enough and she needed to be on her own. So at the age of 19, she packed up all of her things, moved out of her parents' house, and decided to carve her own path out of life. She married my father, Willie De La Cruz, on April 29, 1978. From this union, she bore 2 children, Nicole, my sister, who is now an academic counselor with DeVry University in Chicago, Illinois, and also Andre Peters, who is a United States Air Force military working dog trainer and handler. Also from these children and stepchildren, she has 4 grandchildren. The oldest to youngest go as Brittany, Brighton, Paris, and my daughter, Nevaeh. All her life she's worked. Even from the age of 16, she worked at a job called Flair Cleaners on the south side of Chicago to support herself and also help her family because of the huge economic strain 7 children can bring to a household. She was forced into mediocre jobs though, due to lack of college education. She also worked at the Chicago Police Department, but chose to actually leave that job due to moral conflict, being that sometimes some of the calls were a bit too rough for her liking. She also worked at Ameritech, which was formerly known as Illinois Bell. There she served there for 35 years until she was forced to retire due to restructuring, the recession. During that time, to make ends meet, she also worked for Mary Kay Cosmetics and Primerica Insurance Firm. During hard times, she still managed to put both of her children through private school all the way up until high school. She also managed to put funds to the side, even though we were hurting at times, to take us on a family vacation to Disney World in 1993. From 1997 to 1998, which was my sister's senior year and my senior year, she managed to afford to help us out in renting vehicles for our prom and homecoming dances. She also managed to spread money a little bit further for my sports interests, which included football, baseball, and basketball. Oh, and did I forget to mention that she's also a breast cancer survivor. Some say that it takes a man to raise a man, but I believe they're missing a small part of that. It takes a special woman to make that man a better man. So here I proudly present the award for Lifetime Achievement to my mother, my best friend, Patsy Diane Peters. Thank you.